Do you have a car? How about two cars like most households do nowadays? Did you know that the average price of a new car in America is about $49,000? A recent survey indicates that 40% of us plan to buy a new car in the next year. So unless you walk, bike, or mass transit around town, you're going to need a car or two. But what are some considerations when getting a new car? Let's talk about it. Hey, if you're new here, my name is Mike and I retired at age 41. If you're interested in hearing about early retirement from someone who's done it and is passionate about personal finance, please consider giving a like and subscribe. I appreciate it and it helps the channel out. So today we're talking about cars. Cars are without a doubt your worst investments ever, and get worse the more you pay for them. Why? Because as daily drivers, their value is constantly headed towards zero, which stinks when you consider how much you're paying for them. Generally, the first thing you think about when you need a car is new or used. There are some positive aspects of new cars. Let's cover those first. It's not a good one, but it is easier to finance a new car, better interest rate, etc. But paying interest on something just makes it that much more expensive. Maintenance should be next to nothing, right? It's new and probably under some sort of warranty. Tech. If you want the latest tech, you get the latest car, plain and simple. Longevity. All other things being equal, new cars will outlast used cars. New cars are generally more fuel efficient, that's good. And flexibility. As the first owner, you can customize the car to exactly how you want it. Color, tech, all of it. So yeah, if you've got extra money to burn, and all this can apply to your next car purchase. Okay, what are the not so great things about new cars? Well, big one, depreciation. A new car will typically lose 20 to 30% of its value in the first year. So if you were to buy the average new car this year of almost $50,000, next year at this time, it'll be worth about between $35,000 and $40,000. After 5 years total, it's now worth about $20,000. And after 10 years total, now it's worth $5,000. That's just on average, and that's if you take care of the car. Depreciation gets even worse if you don't take care of the car. Whenever folks use the term investment when talking about cars, I throw up in my mouth a little bit. What about price? New cars are obviously going to be more expensive than used. And as I mentioned, if you finance this thing, you're going to be paying interest on top of that, making the car even more expensive. What about insurance? Insurance will be higher on a new car because its value is higher, and it may require additional insurance, like comprehensive coverage for non-collision accidents. So take all these things I mentioned and do a vice versa, and that will apply to used cars. So used cars, financing options aren't as good. There's more maintenance, there's less tech, it won't last as long, not as good on gas, and you don't get to pick out the options in the car, like color. But the depreciation factor is less, cheaper sales price, and it's cheaper to insure. So those are the facts. So what are we supposed to do with that? Find the sweet spot. A used car that is between 3 and 5 years old can be 30 to 50% cheaper than a new one. And all that early depreciation, let somebody else pay for that. Buy something that has a history of reliability, like Toyota, Honda, Subaru. Just Google all that stuff, you can find it. And if you can, pay cash. Avoid making it more expensive by paying interest on top of the sale price. Cash offers may help you negotiate a lower price too. And once you find something you like, take it to your favorite mechanic to give it a once-over. Verify the title is clean, yada yada. Skip the dealer add-ons and extended warranties. All good? Good. Story time. I think I have 3 or 4 of these things. So I had a 3rd grade teacher. Every year, she had to have a new Corvette. And it was on a 1-year lease. Now, leasing is an expensive way to have a car. I sure hope that she liked driving it to work, because she probably is still working to afford all those leases. Coworkers. I had coworkers, Bill and Betty. They were married. Money was always an issue with them. He had a 10-year-old SUV that needed replacing. So what did he do? He bought a brand new Ford F-1000, easily $40,000. It was not a work truck. He didn't use it for work, not used for hauling a bunch of stuff. And then, within the next year or so, her car needed replacing. You know what it was? Brand new sporty SUV, at least 40 grand. So $80,000 in a 2-year span with loans. And also, when talking with him, he said it was okay to go forward with the next car loan as the previous one just got paid off. This kind of thinking, they will always have multiple car loans if you think that way. It's okay to not have car loans. It is. All right. Oh, another couple I used to work with, Jimmy and Janie, we'll call them. He had a 45-minute commute in his Ford F-15000. He told me he spent, this was when gas was like $2 a gallon. He spent about $75 a week on gas. And it was not a work truck. It was not used for hauling stuff. So he had a 45-minute commute every day, each way. She worked an additional 15 minutes beyond that. So he drove 90 minutes a day, and she drove 2 hours a day. And best I can figure, that was nearly $8,000 yearly in gasoline. That's crazy. And that's in addition to all those other car costs. Driving all those miles every day, that's a lot of wear and tear. Eventually, they moved to a place that was equidistant between their two jobs, making each of their commutes about 10 minutes each. I always wondered why they didn't do that sooner, like 15 years sooner. Anyway, what about me? I had a 97 Chevy Blazer. It was my first real car as an adult. Bought it in early 99, just before college graduation. In its 20th year, in 2017, it died. And when you hear the phrase, "you ran that car right into the ground," that's what I did. It was so bad, the only thing I could do with it was sell it for $250 in scrap metal, as literally nothing on the car worked. So what I do, I found a 2010 Hyundai Tucson. It was 7 years old, had 90,000 miles on it, and I just paid over 10 grand for it. No loan. I'm still driving this thing 8 years later. I only drive it like 3,000 miles a year, so I'm hoping it lasts a long time. I really enjoy not wasting money on cars. So to sum it up, just get the cheapest, reliable car you can find. All it needs to do is get from point A to point B. That's it. And when you're a multimillionaire, then go get that Ford F-15000. So that's it for today. What are your thoughts on buying cars? I'm sure you have some. What's been your experience with new or used cars? Please let me know down below in the comments. And if you have any questions for me, just ask down below as well. Thank you for your time. And as always, take care and remember to do your best and forget the rest. Peace.